welcome to the Aramco Powered by House studio, and I'm joined by a player I've followed intently since you got on the LPGA and also NCAA champion. Your technique is unreal, Maria Fassi.
Thank you. We try.
So we're going to delve into that now, okay?
Perfect.
So I want to, as always, start with foundations. So in terms of iron play, what do you like to see when you set up?
This is actually quite helpful, this little cross here. For me, like, I struggle a lot with my ball position. I always tend to play the ball too far back, which is good when you're in the wind, but you know, you want to have a correct baseline for just a normal stock shot. So whenever I warm up, I usually put a stick kind of aligning with where I'm going, with where I'm aiming, and then I also put a stick to make sure that my ball position is correct. I usually even warm up like playing it a little too far forward to feel like the complete opposite of what I like to feel. So I think that helps me kind of, I don't know, like if I'm warming up with the ball here, when it comes to tournament, like I'm probably gonna be here because that's just where I feel comfortable. But this for 8-iron, which is what I have right now, is gonna be a good ball position.
So stock is pretty much middle for the 8-iron?
Yeah, just a little bit to the left of middle, but pretty much middle of my stance, which I think for most people that could be a little further back than what you would expect. But like I said, that's just kind of where I feel a little more comfortable. So that's for me like key number one. And then two, like I tend to get quite wide. So by having the stick in the middle, it also allows me to see like how wide my stance is. And I just try to keep it just outside my shoulders.
I think that's great advice for everyone at home, actually doing the opposite. I've seen people do that with ball flight, so actually doing it with your ball position. Now, how do you find that helps you moving the ball a little bit further forward?
I mean, I think for me...
You can hit one for us, we want to see.
Yeah. Like for me here too, like I know the ball is less likely to go left. So if that's the case, like at the tournament, I don't know, we have a pin, back left, last hole of the tournament, you got to hit a good shot, and it's like, okay, I can't miss it left, let's move ball position a little further forward, and it should, like if you put a good golf swing, it should just bleed a little bit to the right. So it actually comes in quite handy, I think, when it comes to shot shaping, doing it a lot with ball position and like the way you address the ball rather than like with your body or with your hands, like trying
Maria, you're giving us all
one.
the gold here as well.
You know, yeah, maybe I'm spilling too much.
You are, you are.
I hope the girls are not watching yet.
Let's see one.
But again, like this would be kind of what my warm-up would be, a little further forward. And see, there we go.
There you go, it's definitely moving right.
Just
that
moving
is so
a little
good.
bit to the right, so.
So we've talked about pre-swing with
I'm glad
setup.
that worked.
It did, it was perfect. We talked about pre-swing with setup. Let's talk about what you're working on technically. You've mentioned you're a field player to me earlier. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so I had quite a bit of a swing change this year. I started working with my new coach about 6 months ago. And what we're trying to do is basically kind of go back to the swing that I have in college. Like I could move the ball both ways when I was in school. I felt very comfortable with my iron play in school, and I felt like that was kind of lacking the last couple of years. So one of the biggest things we're working on is making sure that my club face, especially pretty much up to here, feels open, but in reality it's just square. I started to get a little too shut on the way back, and then I would have to like move a lot of things to make sure that the club face would be square at impact. So genuinely, like the only thing I'm thinking of these days is like kind of where my hands are just outside my thigh, that club face feels like this, when in reality it's just dead square. Like this is perfect. So you'll see me, you know, like warming up, I'll hit a lot of shots where I would like stop there and then just hit.
You've made that look so easy. She
know,
just stopped and she's gone. So that would be
that was good. So that's, because to me, if the club face is good here, it kind of gives me a lot of confidence to know that I can just swing as hard as I want and the ball's going to react the way we're looking to.
And how do you move that onto the golf course? Do you do that rehearsal in your pre-shot?
I do, yeah. I mean, I'll take my practice swings just behind the ball and kind of do that same thing, like stop here, take a look at that club face, do my normal swing, whatever, do my routine. And even here, like at address, like I'll look, whatever, and my waggle is always like very intentional, stopping there, making sure that club face is correct. And then once I'm good, it's just like, okay, trust that, hit the ball.
Let's see if that's so good, the strikes and roll.
Start talking while I hit.
Yeah, do that this
That's
week.
good.
Let's see if we can have a little look on the screen at this technically.
All right.
Okay, so you're staying very, very centered, which I love. Now your transition, it's hard to see from this, but you can see it slightly moving before you.
Yeah.
Is poetry in motion.
Thank you for that.
Okay, tell us about that downswing.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the reasons why I'm a long hitter without being necessarily too big or tall or whatever, like I think my lower body almost starts moving before my like downswing. Like I'm still kind of rotating back, and you can see it here. Like my left hip is already like right there. It's starting to move, and my hands are still going the other way. So I feel like it just kind of creates
X factor.
Yeah, like just as if you would, like, you know, with a rubber band or whatever. So
is that something you've worked consciously on, or is that just
I wish
an
I could say that
move?
I think it's something I've had since I was a kid. I used to be quite small, so I think I would always kind of like just swing really, really hard to try to get the ball to go a little bit further. And I think now that like I've been able to organize it a little bit better, it's like really paying off with distance. And I think also like I can swing to what I feel is swinging soft, and the ball could still, you know, go plenty far. So
and I think what you're saying about getting the club face good, then you literally can just turn as hard as
let
you
go.
want.
Yeah. And to me, that's been like for this year, like that's been our biggest change, is like really focusing on that. Like it used to be where I would do that and be thinking about opening the face, and that thing would be just so shut. Yeah. So really getting that like first move where we like it, it's allowed me to just kind of like swing a lot more free and confident.
I think that's an amazing tip for everyone at home, that the body reacts to the club face, so make sure you get that good. Right, let's hit some drivers.
Let's go.
Right, and hopefully we can get it down the line, because I want to see this shallow move. So similar with ball position, you know, what is your stock setup for driver?
Same thing, like I like it maybe a little bit more on the inside than most people would. So yeah, like I kind of like to play it just on the inside, about a ball width on the inside of my heel.
Does that help you hit a draw path?
It just honestly what feels comfortable. Like I don't really shape the ball too much with my driver. I've been hitting a little baby fade as of late, but it's honestly a very straight ball flight.
This is what everyone at home dreams of.
Which, yeah, I'm very, very happy about. I'm not complaining. But yeah, again, I think it's just kind of putting it more on the left heel or like on my toe, where like a lot of people play it. Like that feels as if it was right here. Like it just feels too far forward. So again, yeah, it's just more like what kind of feels more comfortable for me.
See you launch one.
Yeah. See if.
So ball position set, and then same feel.
I still though like, you know, do the tilt and get a little more on my right side, get that ball to launch high.
I love how there's a player out there. I know she's safe. She's safe. That was good though. We like that. Right, let's see another one.
Let's do a better one.
And again, you're still thinking about club face, feeling open, when it's actually square.
And with driver, I've got like one more thing of keeping my lower body still on my first, like to kind of that first move, that first stop. Like I want to keep my hips from rotating with the club face, which is a tendency of mine.
So it's almost getting that sequence right. Let's see another one. Go on, full send, Maria. I mean, that's absolutely,
draw now,
we like
that's
that,
good.
That's fine. But as you say, just move it further forwards. Let's have a little look at down the line. I like what you said there about the sequencing. So the club face and hands move first, and you almost feel like this trail leg kind of stays fixed for that first part. Here we go. Now this is the bit I want to look at. I mean, we can see this starting to go.
Yeah.
Have you got any tips for everyone at home? I know you said this is natural, but
Yeah, I think a lot.
this is just
Yeah,
money.
that's just
How
yeah,
good's
that's
that?
pretty good.
I'm giving you the good vibes for this week.
I like it. Yeah, I should call you before every round I
Look at
play
this.
now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm a massive golf nerd, and this is like every position I look for when I coach. So we can see, I mean, it's moving quick because there's a lot of speed, but the
Yeah.
shaft's matching the forearm. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, that's good delivery. And
This is in a bit of flexion, which means the club face is strong, it's pure,
yeah,
and then you can
that was
rotate.
a good one. I think you can achieve a lot in the gym, genuinely. Like, I'm a firm believer of doing a lot of stuff in the gym to help your golf swing. I think for power and for speed, like, box jumps are very good. Especially, like, let's say if you've got the box here, if you're rotating and jumping at the same time, which is a very similar, in a way, like, motion that you would have.
Do you think that's what you're feeling a little
on
bit?
your downswing?
Yeah.
Because, like, I think it's not jumping, but like you gotta use the ground. Like, you're, in a way, you are jumping. Like, I don't say, oh, jump and like be on your toes or whatever, but like when you jump, you like reach down to the ground to then go. So I think that's a very powerful move that I think it's getting more and more popular, but maybe some people don't think it works enough, but I think it's phenomenal.
It's a great tip for everyone.
Yeah.
Can we see one more?
Yeah.
And I want you to do one, Maria, where you are exaggerating that feel, because the club will then just shallow more, doesn't it?
Even
if you
more
get the
so,
body.
yeah.
Right, let's see one.
And I think that's the cool part. Like, a lot of people are really focusing on shallowing the club, but I think if you focus on your lower body, like, that just shallows on its own.
This is gold for everyone at home. Right, go on, box jump out the studio.
All right, hey, good one here. Oh, that is so gone.
I'm a bit speechless, actually. Right, I want commission this week.
That was good.
Thank you so much, Maria. It's unreal to hear
Appreciate
what
you.
you do technically
Of course. Thank
and
you.
how that brings this out here.
Yeah,
So
that worked out.
play well this week.
Thank you.
Thank you.